Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. I appreciate you coming out. We have the dynamic duo here, which has turned into a disaster. I had picked up these two units this week. I gave 25 for them to the scrapper that delivers. He delivered after dark. The Bolens happens to be a 2018. Handle was folding down on this one, and the two front wheels here are dragging, so they need to be rectified, but it has more issues than that. So just getting a chance today to look them over. I wasted a bunch of time on the Bolens. This Troy-Bilt we have to discuss. So the Bolens felt kind of funny on the compression. I put my gauge on it. I had 0. I adjusted the valves. They were loose. I put it all back together again, still 0. I took the head off of this thing, tried to look for a broken or a damaged head gasket. I didn't see anything. Put it all back together. We still have 0. The compression, or the not the compression, the stroke, the 4-stroke, one of the strokes feels a little weird, like it might be a connecting rod. There's some play there. Anyway, so unfortunately, I think this engine's toast. The crankcase was overfilled. I had drained some oil off of it. I don't have the overhead valve cover on it. I was still messing with it and ended up giving up on this thing. I'm going to have to throw another engine on it. I gave 15 for this since I thought it was complete. It looked a lot better before I spilt oil all over the place. Machine doesn't look bad. Like I said, the two front wheels are dragging, so I think I can still do something with it. It's got the 500E engine. It's got an aftermarket blade on it, and they put the blade on backwards. So I'll flip it over and show you that before we move on to the Troy-Bilt. So this is getting the double turd. So like I said, both these units I think are disastrous. The only good thing is I can salvage the blade. This is the cutting side, and they have it on backwards. The cutting side's here, and it's in great shape. So all I got to do is flip this around. They've used a multi-purpose blade on it. This is not the bow tie style. I can just tell by the big gap here. This is a universal blade. You can see the leading edge here is on the back side. So they were just beating up the grass. They weren't cutting it. And the front wheels are dragging, like I said. I can tell already just by twisting it, the bushing has rusted to the axle because it's bump, 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 bump. So same thing with the other side. This thing was sitting a while. No rust through, so I'll be able to do something with this deck with another engine. So that's that. I ended up spilling a little oil here. I'm going to have to do a cleanup. So this Troy-Bilt came to me just as you see it, handle folded down. It's a battery powered electric start unit. Battery goes back here. I'm sure it's long dead. So I kind of flipped this thing over just to see blade condition, and we got an issue right away. So I might as well call this a double turd as well. There was no blade on it, but the adapter was here, and the adapter here has been sheared. You can see the keyway notch here. This thing must have hit a stationary object. It went ahead and snapped off this machined adapter, and there's a huge crack right there, you can see. So this thing must have hit a brick wall to crack this in half and crack off the keyway here. So this thing is shot. I can't do anything with this. So don't know if the real keyway on the flywheel has been sheared, or did it take all the brute force here at the adapter and just snap this off and did not damage the zinc keyway. So we got to look at this thing. This thing happens to be a 2002 Troy-Bilt electric start. Key is still there. Cables look rusty. I don't know if any of that works. Got the bag with it, which doesn't mean anything. So it looks like somebody's been messing with this. 3 bolts here missing for the gas cap. Oil filler bolt is missing as well. Starter is still there. I see the bolts down there for the recoil are missing. They're also missing here. Notice the rope is broken. So did they try to replace the rope and gave up? So looks like they had a sawdust festival. The guy must have been a woodworker. Big air gap here. That's kind of big on that. So the deal with this engine says it's a 2002. I ran the number just to see if this had a 675 on it. I ran the number and it comes back as a 2009 Troy-Bilt. So I don't know if this engine's been swapped out with an older engine, but this model number, the 12 Alpha Echo 189 Delta 011, comes back as a 2009 model year. So I don't know if this is the original engine or not. I'm going to try to pull the safety brake back and see if this engine's locked up. Okay, I got the cable to operate. Let me grab a clip. I need a clip for the handle, and let's try turning this by hand. I can't do anything to try to start this right now. This is more like a show and tell of these two despicable units. So this was not a good deal for 25. Okay, I put a clip here on the handle on this thing. So back to my despicable duo. The only way I'm going to make money on this thing is put an engine on this. I scrapped 3 mower decks and save the engine. So if I can put another engine on this, I'll be able to get 120 to 130 for this high wheel pusher. People come after me for these high wheelers. These sell pretty well. And this self-propelled XP, I don't know if the engine shot. Don't know if it'd be worth it to mess with this rear wheel drive. I would get rid of all the electrical crap on it and just make it a standard pull start. So let's remove the recoil. Let's kind of look at the oil. I didn't even look at that. Oil's very well used and it might be low. I'm trying to look for a rag. Okay, I got a rag. No oil in it. There's just some remnants here in the tube. There's no oil in this, so I don't know if they dumped the oil to put it out at the street or if this thing ran itself without oil. Okay, it's... Uh-oh. That don't sound good. It doesn't sound like it has compression, and there's a bunch of knocking there. Yeah, no compression. And if you can hear that, it's not sounding too good. Okay, I'm looking at the gas tank. It says build date February 2009 on the tank. So somebody's changed this recoil. They just threw this dead recoil on here. This doesn't go to the machine. Or it's been changed once and I'm looking at it here and it's destroyed. The pawls are all messed up. You can see the rust damage here. Rust has filled the recoil cup and just destroyed this. So this thing's been put on by somebody else after the fact. Gas tank says 09, which matches the body. So you could hear that. You can hear that knocking. It sounds like a connecting rod bearing. Definitely not worth salvaging. We got a bunch of oil here around the spark plug. So the best I can do with this thing is just salvage the tank, the carburetor, coil, and just start pulling parts off of it. I'd have to look around for another quantum style to try to match it up with this deck. I may have a quantum on an old crappy Craftsman. I could go ahead and switch it over to this frame and body. The body doesn't look terribly bad. I don't see any rust. The mower's in good condition for a 2009. It's just that the engine is shot. So that's where we are. So catastrophic engine damage on the 2009 XP. So not the best deal when he shows up at 9 o'clock at night. It's dark, and I think it may have been raining that night as well. So I just look them over real quick and give them a price. So this time it didn't work out on these two. So definitely did not work out on this. I can get my 25 back on this Bolens. I just got to break the axles free. Probably let them sit in apple cider vinegar to try to break the bushings away from the axle. I'll let that sit overnight. I'll probably start disassembling the wheels right now, let it sit overnight, and try messing with this tomorrow. I have I think 3 potential candidates for this. I think I have a 450E actually, not a 500E, but a 450E size engine will be fine for this 21-inch deck. I think I may even have a couple of these Bolens with the 450s on these green high wheelers, so that's not going to make a difference. This thing just happens to have a 500E on this 2018 model year. Anyway, that's all I got for you. The Dynamic Duo was a disaster. Might be able to use the bag on another project, I think. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I think I could still stay above water with the Bolens. It's just not going to be a quick carb clean, put it all back together again. I'm going to have to do some manual labor. Anyway, you guys ever see catastrophic damage on one of these? I've had them where they've cracked here, but the pin here has stayed intact. It had not broken the pin. I've had them crack here. They must have hit a piece of granite or something. Anyway, have a good rest of your day. Appreciate you coming out to Tommy Time. Please like and subscribe. Really appreciate my new subscribers. I'm nearing 1,000 subscribers, so that's awesome. I don't know why you kids and cadets are coming back to look at junk on 4 wheels times 2. Have a good day today.